Good morning, friends and fellow farmers. It's the 8th. It's the 8th. Let's go and grab all of our wood. How's the crops coming in? Oh, they seem to be, they're coming in pretty good. Okay, and there we are. Get the wood churning away. Another 79 of those. That's good. Drink some coffee. And how are you doing? Winter's just around the corner. We need to double check the heating system, turn off all the valves, and check the insulation in the house. Don't worry, I'll take care of it all. I guess she means like the valves for the garden, for all of our irrigation, because we do have quite a thing going. So I guess there's some concern that we're going to freeze our pipes. Be bursting stuff, I guess. She's a little worried. That's valid. Alright, did I now have more resin that came up? No. That's weird. I don't know, do I have like things out of sync? Maybe that's the case. Alright, so let's grab our iron. Continue with that. So really I got like, whatever, 27 more. So we're good. We're ahead on coal by a little bit. And, but I'm going to be waiting now on oak resin. The hay is coming in nicely. Robin's working on everything. Oh, look at that. We got our crops in today. And, how are we looking here? Yep, everything's cooking along. Stuff's growing. Alright, I think we're doing good. Fantastic. Use the path I made. I don't know that I'm going to bother harvesting much. 330 pieces of hay. Okay, we're Monday, so the cart lady is not here. Okay, my starfruit's in. Again, I'd probably be better off just putting ancient fruit in here. Speaking of, it's probably... that might be up on the island at this point. It's got 197 more ancient fruit there. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's... yeah, we have a little bit of starfruit coming in. Let's swap these. The number of crabs in here, I was like, I should probably deal with this. Finally come and deal with this. Last time I was talking about I'd watched the Lobster. I went on, for some reason I was watching a bunch of more contemporary films, and I don't watch a ton of contemporary films. I mean, like, I watched the odd one. I endured all the Marvel films, so, you know, I see the odd newer thing. But watched, in terms of like not classic, but like art house stuff, I don't watch as much newer stuff. I used to, but not as much anymore. But I watched Triangle of Sadness, which looked promising, I think. It was one of those films. It was, I liked, you know, the premise, and it was great for like the first half. And then it just, I felt like it. There we go. We got some stuff to pick. It outstayed its welcome by a long shot. I was a little surprised at one Palme d'Or. It was good to a point. Everything about it was stretched out maybe a little bit too much. And I think once you see where the film is going, without spoiling it, once you see where the film is going, like the absurdity of its kind of anti-capitalist bent, it takes it to the extreme. And once you see that extreme beginning to play out, you know where you're going. And it loses all of its surprise. And it becomes then kind of like a schadenfreude situation of, you know, watching rich people endure. And I don't know that maybe that says maybe more about us if we find that to be a pleasurable thing. I think you can be both maybe, you know, slightly anti-capitalist without being cruel. So there's a cruelty to it. That said, there was some very wildly entertaining parts, and yeah, it was well cast. Everything, it was interesting. But I am surprised sometimes when I watch stuff that wins at Cannes. You're like, their judgment. So they're just like, okay, I guess depends on the jury, depends on the year. But you know, a lot of these film festivals they've become they seem like they're more they're their own kind of capitalist endeavor, and it's more about the status and maintaining its own significance than it is about maybe, I don't know, anything else. I don't know. I mean, you have a bunch of ardent cinephiles that run these things, and you know, I think France is littered with people. You know, they had whatever his name was, Henri Langlois. Yep, like people who are like looking after the idea of cinema and do deeply care. But then, you know, festivals do kind of become commercialized endeavors, so it's kind of a complicated thing. I think it's more complicated as you try to hold festivals. Like nowadays, we have, for instance, where I live, we used to have a jazz festival that was supported by a cigarette company, and they got rid of the cigarette sponsorship many years ago because they realized how inappropriate it was. It was a family-run, you know, like a lot of the events, family-friendly and all that. But then you realize how counter it is. I don't know if it was outright banned by the government, or if it was just they decided to stop taking, you know, cigarette money. Which, good. That said, this is the catch-22: is that it is a shadow of what it once was. I feel like I'm not often that inspired by what I see happening. So it seemed like there was more money to bring in international acts and to really bring in a lot of more, you know, experimental, provocative things that would not necessarily be as attractive to an audience. I mean, you'd go and watch somebody who'd been brought in from Japan, and you would sit in a room with like less than 50 other people and watch something amazing. That's, I'm guessing, happened because of cigarette sponsorship. It does not seem like it's ever retained. There could be other complicating factors as well. But I think most festivals struggle under the, you know, if the government's not ponying up for the whole thing, they need the money from somewhere. And where's that money going to come from? People who, you know, in sports, it's Middle Eastern oil money, kind of sports washing. It is, you know, questionable regimes using their clout and capital to kind of rehabilitate their identity to a certain extent. I mean, that's the common critique made. And I think it holds for probably all things, whether it's literary festivals, you know, getting money from BP, or, you know, whatever the thing is. And it's the thing is, it's not a new thing. That's what I was getting at. It's been going on forever. But it is a problem. And so as these ventures go very commercial, film festivals and all of that, it becomes hard because they need to raise money to stay in business, because they are a business. Even if they are a nonprofit or whatever, they're still kind of like a business. So it's a kind of a weird situation they're put in, where they've got to, like, you know, maintain, but also they want to grow, they want to get bigger. But at a certain point, maybe they become a little too much like a company that becomes interested in success. And maybe that's should not be what we're going for. Whereas it should be about, you know, presenting interesting things. Like you look at, which one is it? Is it Sundance? Or is it well, Robert Redford was involved in starting one of them, wasn't he? And I think in the US. There's people who just want to start things because it's good to do. And sometimes I think, unfortunately, when they get taken over by foundations or they get taken over by things, maybe they get a little too corporatized, or they become obsessed with growth. And that's maybe a problem we have, is everything needs to grow, needs to get bigger, needs to be more. But that said, I want to see, you know, the best of Japanese avant-garde jazz. So how do we do that? How do we have both of those things happen? I don't know. I don't think that's a problem we've solved yet. Anyway, that's my long form, as long as I want to get and take on. But that's the kind of stuff that films like Triangle of Sadness made me think about. They do make you reflect, I think, on how we think about art and capitalism and all of those things. And I think that's a healthy thing. So even if I'm not always impressed by, you know, everything to do with a movie, And sometimes it's good that it puts you into a thinking position. It makes you reflect a little bit, which is never bad. So that, other than that, I watched a bunch of My Zetterling earlier films. They're very provocative, I guess is the word. She was very much a in-your-face director, and you know, remarkable career. Really, really remarkable career. Watch those. They were all, you know, they're thinking pictures. Definitely, yeah. Let's get rid of this stuff. I'm thinking out as I'm going here. I'm like, what do I actually want to hold on to? And what do I want to sell? Because I do think I want to, like, I think I want to get rid of, I'll keep the, oh, no, I think I'm going to keep the, I'll sell the star fruit for now. Also the bean. One bean. Okay. So we're at noon. Huh. Yeah, so now what do we want to do? We're out here. We're not really doing anything. The shed's being built. I don't have to go do anything else. We've harvested. Okay, let's go up. Let's go to the volcano. We have no coal for a little bit. And maybe we'll go throw, I don't think I have any food, so... You know, there might be, Oh. Oh, we got one dragon tooth. That's alright. Okay. Here we go. This is like, you know, there's 10 copper right there. It's so easy to get ore out here. How are we looking? There we go. Mine easier. Got a couple of coal, got some copper. Those are the toughest, those slimes. Oh, there we go. Yeah, sometimes these are so strangely put together. The layout of these mines is really bonkers. Alright, so... not seeing a ton of others. I don't know. I'm going to continue along here. Is there anything like right here? Doesn't seem to be. I'm just going to run through. Level 4. I don't really care about the iridium. There we go. Oh, here we go. Here's a pocket of stuff. Yeah, it's 8 iron, 11 iron, 14 iron total. Yeah, so it came up, you know, it's nice. It's fast. Come on. You know, I think half my thing is that they just take forever to get rid of. Like now I'm gonna waste all this time just trying to get this like one little bit of iron here. Okay, what I wanted was the copper. And that's that. Alright. See, it's 5:50. Part of me is like, okay, I could leave now. Got an iridium. That's weird. Okay, it's a mushroom layer. I don't really need any mushrooms here. Let's see. There's some other ores there. There's a bunch of gold. Alright, I mean, there's some copper there. I don't have any food or anything, so I think I'm just going to stop while I'm ahead. I'm currently on fire. That's literal. That's not a metaphor. We are stop, drop, and roll ready over here. Okay, and let's go check how we did. I am imagining a few things to harvest here. So, I want to leave time for this each day. Maximize the amount of stuff we're going to get. Yeah, it's hard because we're going to take such a hit on our cash come winter here. That's going to hurt. So as much as I'm progressing, we're going to be like slow right down. I have equal parts. Like there's a big part of me that is just like wants to give up on this. There's another equal part of me that is kind of determined. That is kind of like, well, let's see what we can do here. I'm kind of morbidly fascinated about how long this will take. And whether it's as bad as I'm expecting. And I always enjoy playing this game, so it's not... there's never any truly... It's not a owner's thing. Yeah, I feel like 1.6 update will definitely be out before we finish this. I can't even imagine that it would be... that won't be out yet. Because we have so far to go. Well, we are at 3.4 million. So, I mean, it's coming along reasonably quick. 10's going to come pretty fast. It's getting... This though makes a big difference. So when you lose a whole season of truffles, whatever, 40, 50, say 40,000 a day for 30 days, what is that, 1.2 million? So we're losing, a chunk of change there for sure. That's going to slow us down a little bit. We'll see. It does feel like, I don't know if it, because the rainy day or whatever, but it definitely feels like we got a lot less truffles this time. I don't feel like, unless I have a bunch more, but I feel like we're a little short here. 53, maybe not. 53 more. If it weren't so late, we could do another batch. So tomorrow, the next time, we could easily do 2 batches. Maybe that was alright. Now we're just all like, oh, it's all downhill. It's all collapse. It's all failure. Right. Let's go and sell off these things. I can sell that. I don't need any more pineapple stuff. Oh, there's some more truffles. Let's go and grab the eggs, because I have left these for a time. You know what? I don't need that. So yeah, let's do that. And then let's go and get these cooking here. Alright, so those are moving. This actually won't take very long either, though, to get caught. It's not like the other game where it would take me forever to get caught up on all the animal products. This one, Not so bad. But we do probably have some ostrich eggs here. Those take a little bit. That's nice. We'll capture the last couple. Oh, look at that. And we had a got a bunch of cooking supplies here. Perfect. Alright, how are we doing? Let's put away all of the milk and those eggs. I think that is it, right? Probably, roughly. Okay, more iron. There's not much left. We're down to the nitty-gritty here. We got another 8 bars we can do. You know what I should do is actually smelt down the rest of the... I got like almost 7 copper, 6 and a bit. Just get rid of that first. And what I should also do is periodically come into the middle of these and start thinning a little bit. Because it's going to grow like wildfire anyways, so I may as well, you know... just make sure I've got enough happening here. This was the intent. Whoa, I almost went a little overboard there. This thing's like a little too good. So we got another 80 hay, which is good. We're going to need that hay. And it's 11:40. Robin needs to go home and see her family. That's Robin. So we're at 410. Okay. That was good. That definitely helped. Yeah, no, it's... that definitely makes a difference. So keeping that little extra area there was not so bad. How are we looking over here? Okay, some stuff there. There's going to be stuff in the house. Okay, what do we got? Then over here, cooking supplies. Down here, so boy. Okay, let's get some beans in. There we go. And we'll cook up the rest of that coffee, I suppose. Don't need to be sitting on it. 30 cups of coffee. Excuse me, kitty. Cat's gonna, I think, is determined to trap me in here. Pretty sure that's what's gonna happen. Okay, and then let's get our wood chippers going. Let's hang on to the hardwood because we're gonna need it first thing in the morning. Alright, we will see you all next time. Till then, bye-bye.